everyone.
Hi, I'm a baboon. I'm like a man, just less advanced, and my anus is huge. Hey, I'm a Libra. No one knows what I do, but I look pretty cool. Am I white or black? I'm a lion cub, and I'm always getting licked. How's it going, old cow? You drink milk from a I'm a fat pig. I'm a common fungus. I'm a disgruntled skunk, shoot you out my butt. I'm a marijuana plant, I can get you. Duh. And I'm Kanye West. We love the earth. We love the earth.
Yay! Hey, Connor.
We love the earth. It is our planet. We love the earth. It is our home.
Okay, so we get started on day 2 of Global Goals Week, and today we're going to talk about Goal 6, clean water and sanitation. And but first we are going to start with introducing a lovely little project to get you ready for next Friday when we are going to be chatting to each other. So I am going to start sharing my screen, and I'm going to hand you over to Siobhan, who is going to talk you through our project. Siobhan, I give you the floor.
Thank you, Brigitte. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you all again today. Some nice dance moves coming into the room, which we always appreciate. So today we're going to talk to you really quickly about our Pen Pal program that we're really excited to launch this year. But on Friday, if you're joining the call, you'll have an opportunity to hopefully mix with other schools and be in breakout rooms with schools in other countries. So as you all know, we have South Africa here, Kenya, and Ireland. So we'll all get to mix and talk and learn from each other, which is a really cool part of the Global Goals Week. So
Apologies.
Okay, so we were saying one of the most powerful ways to create change is by learning from each other. And that's what we're all doing here this week. We're all learning from each other. So like today, South Africa will be presenting to you guys. You will hear all about different issues that they're facing and different solutions and what young people around South Africa are doing to make change in their communities. I'm wearing my Ubuntu top today. I don't know if you can see it, but Ubuntu, the South African guys will be able to tell you more, but it's a word that means I am because we are. So it's all about, we all work together and that's what makes the world a better place. I'm sure the guys in South Africa will have a better explanation, but I love this, the saying Ubuntu. So our idea is that students from South Africa, UAE, unfortunately, they're not here. They're not able to join us this week, but they're involved as well. Kenya and Ireland will exchange letters, share ideas, and work together to make a difference through the Global Pen Pals. So we're hoping to link you up together so that you can exchange more ideas. And then through this project, hopefully you'll be able to see the world through someone else's eyes in another part of the world, and you can learn about their lives, about how the world works around them. So it's just a really nice way to learn together and how we can all take action together. So there's some little prompts here to think about for Friday for when you're talking in your groups. So just describe, my name is, if you're in South Africa, you're in the little orange patch on the map, all the way down there where the cursor is. And then Ireland is all the way up at the very top. And then Kenya's in the little yellow box. So if you look at that, it really shows how far apart we all are around the world. So it's really amazing that we're all here together today. So think about all these things when you're together in the groups. You could talk about your favorite subject, why you enjoy Global Goals Week, what you want to be when you grow up. You could talk about what your favorite global goal is. So just think of ways that you can engage and learn from each other, which is the most important thing, and what your hobbies are as well. I think there's more on, yeah. So there's these templates. Brigitte, are we sending these out this week? No. Yeah.
We can send them out this afternoon to everyone, okay?
Yeah.
So that you have lots of time to prepare for Friday.
Yeah, perfect. And we'll send you out little handbooks that we made from all the conversations that we had yesterday as well. So you'll get them after this call. So you can, yeah, talk about the food you eat, your family and friends. Something really interesting would be, different traditions or customs in your own communities, and sports and stuff and music, because all of our music and sports are so different. So it'd be really nice to share them as well. Animals, like that's a great one to to talk about as well. And you can talk about life on land with that as well. So yeah, I think that's kind of it really, is it, Brigitte? Oh, and then this is for the older students if you want to take part as well, just talking about again the global goals. You might have a question, a specific question for someone your own age in Ireland, or if you're based in South Africa, you might have the question for someone in Kenya. So think about what you'd like to talk about with people your own age in different countries around the world.
Yeah, so I hope you will enjoy engaging with that, because I remember when I was young, I used to have pen pals that I used to write to, and it was always great fun. I always used to write letters, and I think people don't do it anymore, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So we were saying today is South Africa's day, and South Africa are going to share some really great information about Goal 6 clean water and sanitation. So I think I'm going to hand you over to Nomfundo now, who's going to introduce the schools. Hi, Nomfundo, and I can share your presentation whenever
Hi
you're ready.
everyone, how are you doing?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Go on, unmute yourselves, give us a roar.
Can you hear me now?
On, give a roar.
Hey.
Good day, everyone. My name is Nomfundo Ndaba. I'm from South Africa, and today we have decided to do SDG goal number 6, which is clean water and sanitation. So we have some of our schools here from South Africa, and they're just going to be taking us through some projects that they have been doing that links greatly to this goal, and some of the awareness campaigns that they've been doing in their schools and their communities. And we're just also going to briefly talk about why clean water is so important. So I think we can start with the presentation. All right. So when we look at water, I think water is essential for all living organisms. And because of that, we need water to perform metabolic and chemical activities that occur in our bodies as well. So as humans, without water, we wouldn't be able to digest the food we eat. So can you imagine that? So water is essential for digestion, but it's also essential to ensure that once you've eaten the food, it's been digested and the nutrients have been absorbed, it has to leave your body as well. Water is also very important for plants, and there's a process in plants called transpiration, which is basically when the water will emit little water droplets to cool itself down. So if it's very hot, plants will undergo a process called transpiration just to cool themselves down. And it's also essential for plants in the sense of translocation. So water is essential in ensuring that the plant is able to absorb all the nutrients from the soil, as well as keep itself hydrated as well. And as we know, it's also very essential for photosynthesis, which is the process in which the plants make their own food. So without water, plants would not be able to photosynthesize, which means that we wouldn't be able to have even vegetables that we eat, the fruits that we eat, because photosynthesis would not have taken place. All right, so when we look at water, like I said, it's very important for hydration and maintaining the daily functions that happens in our bodies. But another important thing about water is that it's also essential for life in water, which is also one of the SDG goals. So when we look at water, we look at it holistically, and we also look at it in a sense of that it's ecosystems as well. It's aquatic ecosystems. So when we're doing the projects that some of the schools will be talking about, we first look at the sources of water in South Africa, and one of them is rivers. And if the river is your source of water in your community or where you live, then that means in that river, there's also other organisms and fish that depend on that water as well. So this is just for understanding that when we conserve water and we make sure that we're not wasting water, it's not just for us, but it's also for the other ecosystems where organisms live in water as well. All right. So when we look at South Africa, it is a water scarce country. So basically, this means that South Africa does receive low rainfall. So certain parts of South Africa have low rainfall, which means that they are more prone to droughts. And if they're prone to droughts, that means that all the crops in that area would not survive. They would die, which means that they now have an issue of food scarcity as well. And there's also a lot of climate variability in South Africa, which means even though it's one country, but many places experience different types of climates. For example, if you go to Cape Town, they experience very windy weather, and they experience winter rainfall, whereas in Durban, where I am based, we experience summer rainfall. So the temperatures differ in that sense. When you go northern parts of South Africa, they experience a lot of heat. It's very hot, and there's not much rain. And then when you talk about the geographical distribution, it's in a sense that, for example, if your water source is a river and you have to walk maybe quite a distance to get to that river, you're not going to get water as often as you can, because it's not close to you. So the place where the river is may also affect the water availability of certain communities and areas in our country. Thank you. And then when we look at some of the factors that also increase the water scarcity issue that we have, these are some of them. So it can be economic factors, it can be infrastructure issues. So with the infrastructure issues, it would just basically be like when there's burst water pipes, that means that now that area would have to shut off the water, and we'd have to look at trying to fix those pipes. There's also some investment shortfalls that we've noticed in terms of the government. Not a lot of money goes into the maintaining of these water pipes and water sources to ensure that people are getting water. And the population growth, we all know that overpopulation is a huge, huge issue. And this just basically means that the more people there are in South Africa, the less water there is available for everyone because of how many people there are. And then the last one is pollution, in which we humans are responsible for. So like I said, if a river is your source of water, and for example, there's illegal dumping in that river, there's certain factories that are discarding waste in that river, it no longer becomes a source of water because it's now contaminated. So that also affects the availability of clean water that we have in our country. All right, so we're going to get into the water quality testing, which is what some of our schools are going to be talking about. So basically, we know that good quality water is essential for human life, but how sure are we that the water that we're drinking is safe? Because like SDG goal says, it's clean water and sanitation. So we need to ensure that the water that we are consuming is safe to drink. So when we do the water testing, we check for a variety of things like the pH level. The pH level of water is supposed to be from 6 to 9, which is as close to neutral as possible. So we just basically check that the chemicals that are used to clean the water, have they fully dissolved, and is it not going to give us health risks as well? So the testing basically ensures that the water that you're drinking is free from contaminants. So these contaminants can be your E. coli, which is a very bad bacteria, which comes from waste. We also check the pH. We also do check for fertilizers as well in the water, which will be like your nitrates, your bromine and stuff like that. So basically what happens is if there's an agricultural farm close to a river and then it rains, there's something that we call the downpouring of the water, and then it goes into the river and it contaminates the river. So that's how you would get things like fertilizers in the drinking water as well. So these water testing things that we do, it just basically ensures that the water we're drinking does not have any of those harmful things, because it might end up causing like tummy issues, breathing problems as well. So it's just to ensure that the water we're drinking is safe and it's clean water. All right. So with the end of my presentation, I think I'm going to, if it's okay, I'm going to start asking the schools to start with their presentations. So the first school that I would like to do the presentation would be Glenhaven Secondary School. All right. So they're just going to tell us a bit more about some of the projects they've been doing to ensure that we do have access to clean water, and what have they been doing in their schools as well, just to create the awareness as well in schools and in communities as well. So take a deep breath, guys. Don't stress about it. It's just an information sharing session. It's stuff that you guys know very well. So you guys can start. Thank you.
Good day to the youth environmental delegates. We are Glenhaven Secondary School from South Africa, Durban, South Africa. From Durban, South Africa, we are currently in a program called the Youth Environmental Autism Advocates, which is YERA. The work that we've done for water and sanitation is the mini stream assessment scoring system, which is MiniSAS, by collecting samples of macroinvertebrates and using the dichotomous key to scoring our findings, thereby resulting in a score that rates the quality of the river. We also tested our school tap water. We did a comparative study between the tap water used by teachers in the staff room to the tap water used by learners. We found that both the taps' HP levels, E. coli and bacterial levels were low and safe for consumption. The water from both the taps were the same with no differences. When we tested the river water near our schools, we found that the levels showed a result of 2.2, which means the river is in very low quality. The presence of certain types of macroinvertebrates show that the river is highly polluted and unhealthy, and the cause of this is waste paper that is drained into waters, as well as household waste products like paper, bottles, plastic, etc. We therefore decided to create a recycling initiative with plastic bottles and paper. We go around our communities collecting these recycling materials and bringing them back to our school. This in turn was reducing the amount of waste thrown out in the community. DSW has less waste to collect and dump. A company that specializes in waste collection, headed by Denzel, picks up our waste, which is then weighed and invoiced. A collection of 4 bins brings in an amount of 600 rand. This money is then used towards the school's biodiversity garden project. We also use some of this money to buy seeds that we plant, vegetables and herbs, which we sell to our educators surrounding community, bringing in more funds to use to our project. We also made tissue paper flowers in variety of colors and design. These flowers were requested by our hospitality departments to use as part of the deco for their annual moderation attended by departmental officials. We hope to one day open a craft store at our local marketing, showing the general public that they can create using waste products instead of wasting money. They can recycle their old into new. In this plan, we also in this plan, we also incorporated fabric garlands instead of buying, make your own. In our 2025 biodiversity garden, we aim to establish a sensitive garden arousing the senses of touch, smell, sight, and sound, etc. We have already installed water fountains and a pond filled with water cascading down a water rock, truly a calming setting amongst our urban jungle. The fountain acts as a bird bath as well as attracting many species of birds and insects. As the youth of the environment, this environment is our future. Without it, we cannot exist. If there's no earth, there's no hope. There are many communities living without clean water, clean drinking water. People are forced to get water from unhealthy rivers, as all aspects of life depend on water. Without it, we cannot exist. I leave you with this thought. If not now, then if not us, then who? If not now, then when? If not Earth, then where? We are responsible to give back to Mother Nature all that she has gave us, so that we can make the world whole. Thank you. And with that, I will pass it on to my eco members to elaborate on some visuals of our plants.
So this was our mini SAS that we did on the river. So this was our Bring Heaven river that we did a mini SAS on. Unfortunately, during heavy rainfalls, our river got flooded. So in this picture here, we were doing our mini SAS. As you can see here, we were connecting our microinvertebrates as we should SAS. And in this picture, this was when we tested the water quality in our tap waters for the teachers and the leaders. And this was the process in which we did to get our results. So here, this is the picture on when we collected everything and every information that we ordered to get our results. We waited for days to get our results. We put these samples facing the sun for 3 days to get our results.
In addition, so I'm going to take you our second project. Recycling in our school offered numerous benefits. It taught environmental responsibility and positive thinking. Recycling also helps conserve natural resources, reduce waste, and save energy and water. By participating in recycling programs, students develop responsible habits, enhance their engagement, and aid for a sustainable future.
In addition, we have our biodiversity garden, which briefly shows our birds on the fountain. Our fountain has been a home to many birds, example, drinking from the fountain, and our fountain is providing clean water to help with our garden, vegetable and herb garden, which mostly helps in our school for vegetable cooking for school foods, and our herbs to help selling outside to help the sickly people with the herbs.
In addition, we made tissue flowers out of recycled tissue, and it serves as the decorative item for learning while doing hospitality while presenting their work.
I think that sums up our presentation with all of the projects that we had contributed to our school.
Thank you so much for sharing, Glenhaven. It was really amazing. I have a few questions here. to show but I showed the paper flowers that you created. They're really beautiful. Caherelli National School in Limerick are saying, yeah, I think they're gorgeous as well. It was really nice. I head back over to you, Anam Fundo.
Thank you very much, guys. So as you can see, even though the project is about water testing, but the learners have also focused on quite a number of other initiatives like the waste recycling, the paper recycling, and also the mini SAS. So basically a mini SAS is where you would do a testing of micro and macro invertebrates in the river, just to check the quality of the river, if it's the way it's supposed to be. And then from that testing, you would be able to see based on the amount of organisms there are, and then you would know if the river is in good condition or not. All right. So I think let us go on to Sher O'Connor Combined School. This school has a wetland, actually, which is very, very nice and interesting. So they're just going to be telling us about their projects that they've been doing, also to just protect the wetland as well, because we know that it is nature's filter as well. So I think their presentation is also going to be very informative and exciting. So again, guys, take a deep breath. You can do this. And let's hand it over to Sher O'Connor.
Greetings to you all today. My name is Bushali, and we are going to share some knowledge of how we clean water and sanitation. Here at Shiokona Combined School, we have a wetland where our water is purified and stored to the JoJo tanks. We do water testing every month here at school to ensure that the water is safe to drink and it won't cause sicknesses or death upon our schoolmates' lives. To test water, we use tools such as aqua screen bottle and so on. There are plants which we plant in order to hold the dirt. Those plants act like a sponge. There are plants that can adapt to the wetland conditions. We remove alien invasive plants because they absorb plenty of water.
Greetings, one and all. My name is Bundesihle. I am going to explain or tell you about how we use our water from the wetland as a school. So as Buhlale has explained that the water that we use is purified. She also explained that we always test water to make sure it is still clean and safe for us to use. So after the water is checked, it is put inside our JoJo tanks as we don't have many taps here at our school. But the few taps that we have, we use them to wash foods like rice, cabbage, and other food stuff for the feeding scheme. And every sunny afternoon, learners at our school water our gardens that we have. Our school is a letter-free school and is very strict in making sure that the environment that we are in is clean and safe for us. This wetland also helps in making sure that toilets, classrooms, staff room, and the offices are cleaned. Having this wetland in our school is truly a big blessing because a lot of money is saved. We also thank our lovely teachers for always encouraging and emphasizing us to love our school wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Greetings to everyone. So my name is Bongega Ndlovu. So today I am going to tell you about, I'm going to add on what my fellow schoolmates have said. So in our school, after we have done the water testing, we usually on Fridays host assemblies and to teach or create awareness in our fellow learners. So today I'm going to be telling you what we do at Shio Kona Combined School after we have learned or done these. So we present in our assembly on Fridays to create awareness. We create visual posters as I'm saying visual posters. We create visual posters because they create a clear image. Yes. So we create posters and paste them on our notice board for everyone to be aware. We sometimes take classes to make them practice water testing. This makes them to know and have knowledge about water preserving. It also makes them to know when there is a crab in the river, it means that the water is clean and healthy to, to be used for cooking at the score sheet. Sharing the information with the learners keeps them aware about littering and causing water pollution. Thank you. Thank you. That's the end of our presentation.
Thank you very much, guys. So as you guys have seen from some of the work that they've been doing, they have, I think, which is a very good one, removed all the alien invasive plants around the wetland. So as we know, alien invasive plants are not good for our environment because they absorb too much water. So it ends up competing with the wetland, which is trying to filter out all the dirt, all the toxins that is coming from the environment, and then it ends up taking more of the water. So when we remove the alien invasive plants, we produced indigenous plants that we could plant that are suitable for the wetland. So for example, in this picture, these plants look like these alien invasive plants here. I'm not sure what the name of the plants were, but I do know that these plants were not supposed to be close to the wetlands.
What did you do?
It's Kana Indica.
So then the name of the plant is Cana indica plant that we remove from the wetland.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dlamini. So it's Kana indica plant that was removed from the wetland. So for South Africa, this plant is an alien invasive, and therefore it had to be removed from close to the wetland because it was competing for the water as well as the nutrients as well. So it was removed, and more indigenous grasses and plants were introduced to the wetland. And as you saw, guys, after rehabilitation, so the wetland is submerged in plants, basically. It's like a grassland, but underneath all that grass, there's water in it. So when there's heavy rains, the water does rise. And when there's low rainfall, the water does subside a bit, but there is always water in the wetland. And they've also, the picture isn't here, but the school also basically built a bridge along the wetland just so people can be able to move around freely, because when the water is full, then it makes it a bit difficult to get through the wetland. So thank you so much, Cheryl Connor, for looking after your wetland. And I think we will now hand it over to Mzu Vele. Are they here? Or let's go to Buhlebe Mfundo Secondary School, because I can see that they're here.
Okay,
Buhlebe
sorry.
Mfundo.
Okay. Are they there? Ah, yeah, brilliant. Great. Thank you. You're muted. You need to turn on your microphone because we can't hear you.
Please unmute, guys.
Water is essential to life, but it is now becoming inadequate. Greetings to everyone, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Standing before you is Stanley C. Josie from Kuno Secondary School and Varo Club. It has come to attention that South Africa is facing water crisis due to and our municipalities are finding it difficult to get the gap between demand and supply. So I'm here to talk about the water crisis in South Africa. Our country is ranked as among the 30 driest countries in the world, and many communities lack access to clean, safe drinking water and sanitation. South Africa is a water-stressed country, and the water resources are under tremendous pressure from effects such as population growth, pollution, and ongoing development, and mostly attitudes and behavior of people towards water quality and water conservation. This has severe impacts on public health, education, and economic development. According to Stats South Africa 2020, 14% of households lack access to improved sanitation. By working together, we can address this crisis and ensure every South African has access to clean water and sanitation.
Greetings to everyone. My name is Violeta Kosi and I'm from the Secondary School Environmental Club. And I'm going to be talking about creating a solution under water and sanitation. Firstly, clean water leads to a brighter future. Conserving water and raising awareness is crucial for a sustainable future. Therefore, every drop counts. Why should we conserve water? South Africa is a water-scarce country. Water conservation helps reduce the risk of water shortages. Conserving water helps protect the environment. Water conservation saves energy and reduces greenhouse for emission. Water conservation tips that you can take. Take shower of about 5 minutes, fix leaking taps and toilets. Use water efficient appliances. Use buckets to wash cars and outdoor surfaces instead of tossing a hose-pipe around. Harvest rainwater for non-potable uses. Sanitation conservation. Proper sanitation helps prevent the spread and the speed of diseases. It helps reduce water pollution since we have water pollution in our country. Conserving sanitation resources help reduce energy consumption. Conserving energy resources falls under this, in which you can use to use it efficient, which is using the toilet correctly, fixing leaky toilets, which is the flushing mechanism, use water efficiently, which is also another flushing mechanism. Implement proper waste management practices. Community involvement on how communities can be involved in the water and sanitation. They can do this by participating in local cleanups, initiatives, and also educating friends and family about water and sanitation conservation. Support organizations working on water and sanitation, such as Department of Water and Sanitation, which is the DWS, Umgeni Kusipela Water Board at eThekwini Municipality. Water quality monitoring. Establish a system to monitor quality and obtain potential contamination, such as blue drop and green drop initiatives.
Greetings to everybody. I'm from SA in South Africa and UKZN. I'm from Kuno Secondary School. Today I'm going to talk about our campaigns. Our topic is about every drop counts. Sorry. Our main objective to raise awareness about water conservation and sanitation for all and reduce water conservation by 20% in schools. Our target audience will be primary and secondary school, focusing on education and awareness raising. We will also target the youth to engage with young people to promote water and sanitation good practice. It's also easy to pass the message through them to reach the older people and other young ones, since they are more in technology. Using social media, We are busy designing and launch and website social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook and Instagram account, sharing update stories and activities and education content. We will utilize hashtags and campaign. Every drop counts. Clean Waste Right Future partnership. We will collaborate with local organisms like eThekwini Municipal Government departments such as Depth of Waste and Sanitation, Umgeni, Ututuga Water Border and private sector to pilot.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Sanisi Wenjozi, and I'm from Bushiri Mfundo Secondary School, and I'm the member of Bushiri Mfundo Secondary School in Varosat. And I'll be talking about how to spread the word. Awareness campaigns. We will continue to observe national and international awareness days, such as World Water Week, World Water Day, and World Toilet Day, to create eye-catching posters, eye-catching slogans. And we will continue to develop more educational programs for schools incorporating with water and sanitation related topics with the school's curriculum. And we're going to continue to develop more educational resources, activity sheets, posters, and workbooks. On digital platforms, we're going to create another mobile app. Just like last year, we created a drop application, which is a game that is used to play, which engages and educates learners, youth, and adults about water conservation and saving of water. Since we are on the 21st century, we saw that it is the best way to tackle up things, and it is something that is easy to access because nowadays people spend most time on their phones. So why not make something that we on their phone everywhere they go, anytime they can access it and play it. And at the same time, they'll be having fun, and at the same time, it will be educational to them. So because we saw that there was a need for an enhanced, innovative, and interactive awareness program. So that's why we decided to create a drop application game, which is used to educate people about water conservation and saving of water. And as an ambassador of Bushiri Mfundo Secondary School, I campaign and encourage community of Bushiri Mfundo Secondary School, surrounding schools, and community involvement. And we are going to reach to local media, like radio station, print media outlets, and share campaigns, message, and progress. That raising awareness is proposed as one of the solutions. So we hope that people are now going to be water cautious, and they're going to spread the word of saving of water as they are playing the game, and we hope that they are gaining more knowledge as we are planning, and we are also ongoing development to create another game which is going to help them, teach them about water conservation and saving of water, and it is related to the school's curriculum. So as we are trying to raise awareness, we hope that people now are going to conserve water and spread the word on saving of water, because every drop counts. So let us make it count.
And last but not least, this is a rough sketch for ourselves. This is a rough sketch we have drawn for ourselves, which determines water, there's life, and when there's no water, there's food. That can we please save water as our country is gonna be successful in it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much, Buhlebe Mfundo Secondary School. So with Buhlebe Mfundo Secondary School, like they mentioned in their presentation, they actually were able to develop an app. So that is just truly profound and innovative, and we are so proud of them. They even went to a water competition and got to national level. So they really are putting in the work, and they are making sure that they are creating awareness in their school and community. Our last school for today is going to be Mzuvele High School in Wamashu. So guys, take a breath. Don't stress about it, and please share your work with us with relation to SDG Goal 6, which is clean water and sanitation.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting to you is Kwezintolo from the Youth Environmental Reporters and Advocates team of Mzuvele High School in Durban, South Africa. We are eco pioneers. As students of Mzuvele High School and Youth Environmental Reporters and Advocates, we have taken the initiative to investigate the state of our local water sources and take action to protect them. We conducted monthly water tests and used the mini stream assessment scoring system to evaluate the health of our river streams. Unfortunately, our findings revealed contaminated water sources and dirty river streams. This is unacceptable, and we knew we had to do something about it. That is why we organized a cleanup event to remove pollutants from our river streams. We collected waste, raised awareness about the importance of water conservation, and encouraged our community to take action. But our work does not stop there. We reported our findings to local authorities and stakeholders, and we're committed to spreading the word about the importance of protecting our water resources. Clean water is essential for our health, education, and economic development. It is a fundamental human right, and it is our responsibility to ensure that this right is protected for future generations. So what can we do? We can start by making small changes in our daily lives. We can reduce our water usage, recycle, and properly dispose waste. We can support organizations working to protect our water resources and advocate for policies that prioritize water conservation. As youth environmental reporters and advocates of Mzuvele High School, we believe that together we can make a difference. We can ensure that our water resources are protected and our community has access to clean, safe water. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to emphasize that our water is our kingdom. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mzuvele High School, for all the work that you guys have been doing. So those are our presentations from some of our schools in South Africa. That's all the amazing work that these guys have been doing. And they're all part of the Young Environmental Reporters and Advocates for the environment. So they take the environmental advocacy work very seriously, as you can see. So thank you so much, guys, for your time and availing yourself. I think I'll hand it over to you, Brigitte. I think our time.
It's perfect. Perfect timing, 1 minute to 11. Thank you so much to Nomfundo and all the amazing people in South Africa. I really am so inspired and feel so encouraged, like, to hear that, you know, we're all trying to do the same thing basically, and we're all working so hard. I'm really proud of all the South African students that presented today. Absolutely amazing. So before, because I know some schools in Ireland have to go and have their little break, and I'm sure the schools in South Africa would need a break after all of this and the hard work as well. But I think we need to dance ourselves out of the day again today. Okay, so we're going to get some music going. I'm trying to pick, but let's just go with this one, okay? Sometimes we try out.
Sometimes I get a good feeling. Yeah,
I've got a great feeling. Woo!
Never had before. No, I get a good feeling. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling. running with this plan. Pull me, grab me, crabs in the bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president one day. January 1st, oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one drinking what gossip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like a win in my chest to that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I was a needle in a haystack. A Bugatti boy, plus Maybach. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling.
The mountains top, walk on water. I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike for you. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Witness, I got the heart of 20 men. No fear, go to sleep in the lion's den. That blow, I spark that crown. You're looking at the king of the jungle now.
Hi, Carly.
Now, 100 miles gonna fill a bitch's mouth. Straight game face, it's game day. See me running through the crowd full of melee. No trick plays, I'm Bill Gates. Take a genius to understand me.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling. You're a good soldier, choosing your battle. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off and back in the saddle. You're on the front line, everyone's watching. You know it's serious, we're getting closer, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it, but you got it all, believe it. When you fall, get up, oh, and if you fall, get up, Tamina, sangalewa, 'cause this is Africa. Tamina, waka, waka, Tamina, sangalewa, this time for Africa.